today. It was quite a nice, well, that's it right now, actually. That's our view, our live look, our front row view as we go through this Saturday evening on a day where temperatures were in the mid-70s. Look what happens if we color code this map. A lot more yellow and orange on here now. We're getting into that time of year where the whole color palette's changing. This had been like light blues and deep greens for most of the winter. So we're warming up quite nicely here. This is about 5 degrees above average. This was Saturday, the first day of your weekend. Watch what happens when I replace those daytime highs, put some more numbers on here, and get everybody's number on for tomorrow. Nothing changed. These are Sunday's numbers, and you're still pretty much doing the same thing. It's like mid to upper 70, well, mid-70s if you're in the South Bay, maybe a few mid-60s. So all the while we are doing that, there's one other thing to be aware of. And if we look at this map in a different way, and of course we looked at this a moment ago, I'm going to spotlight it again. If this forecast makes you think it's a really nice time to go to the beach, and why wouldn't it be? There's one minor hiccup. That is a beach hazard statement. It's going to stay in effect through tomorrow night. We looked at this a moment ago. Look at all the wave energy coming our way. 2 ways to look at this. There's a somewhat elevated swell. You see the wave energy comes our way. So the waves get a little bigger, but that's not really the primary concern here. Watch what happens if we visualize it differently. And if we look at the wave period, in other words, how much time elapses between the actual swells. The longer the time, the deeper the shades of fuchsia. Watch what happens. It's almost going to look like a front coming through. But there's going to be a period where you get this long wave period that shows up tomorrow afternoon. That's a concern right there, because as that passes, that's how you get sneaker waves. And that's the situation where the waves aren't super big. The swell's not really impressive, and you think, what's the big deal? And then after you're standing there for like, say, 6 minutes, all of a sudden, seemingly out of nowhere, a wave comes way up the beach and races much farther up and can grab things, pets, people, and pull it out with it. That's what a sneaker wave is. So that's the concern with that. For Sunday, same time, we're having all this wonderful weather that's going to make people want to go to the beach. So just make sure you're aware, or if you know somebody who has this idea, tell them, make sure they know to be on guard for sneaker waves tomorrow. All right, let's change our perspective now a little bit. And if we take a look at the west coast of the United States and the satellite imagery, we've got nothing but blue sky going on here today. It looks really nice. But right off of the coast, nope, what you can see out there is this pretty impressive cold front that's developed out there. And the clouds are already starting to look fairly well put together. Right there, this is us today. So we've got our clear, beautiful blue skies. That is the leading edge of the next cold front coming our way. Let's put some rain in that. So we'll visualize that on the Futurecast, and you'll see this line of showers within that is coming our way, and it's going to give us some light rain tomorrow night. It's not a lot, but they're right there. Let's get a closer look at that now. Let's bring that down to scale, because there is a little bit of rain in that does need to be tracked. So we'll come back now to our virtual set, and we'll take a look at the view out here. I'm going to skip this ahead now, and we're taking a look ahead towards tomorrow night. So watch the timestamp down there. This is like 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 11. Now we're getting towards midnight, and that's when we see this come through. This is so late tomorrow night, it's actually technically more Monday morning, and there wasn't a lot to that. We probably only get about 1/10 of an inch of rain out of that. And the only thing it really does, besides give us about 1/10 of an inch of rain, is it cools down the numbers. So when you look at the 7-day forecast, we're going from our mid-70s tomorrow. We got to go down to the upper 60s on Monday, but the rain's done, whatever we get, by like 9 in the morning. And then we just warm right back up again. Some of these warmer inland spots will be near 80 by the time we get towards the middle of next week. And just to leave this discussion, showing you the other microclimate for the Bay, those temperatures also warm up a bit by the middle of next week. All right, Andrea, back to you.